Hey everyone, welcome back to Harry and Meghan, where we dive deep into the scandals, secrets, and stories that shake the world. If you're obsessed with the royals like I am, buckle up because today's video is a bombshell. We're talking about Paul Burrell, the man who was Princess Diana's rock, her trusted butler, the guy who knew more about her life than probably anyone else. And now, he's unleashing hell on Prince Harry, calling him a two-faced little sheet. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't some tabloid trash. It's raw, it's real, and it's coming straight from the heart of someone who watched Harry grow from a cheeky kid to, well, whatever he is now. In this video, we're breaking down Burrell's brand new memoir, The Royal Insider, where he doesn't hold back. Betrayal, hypocrisy, royal secrets, it's all here. We'll rewind to that fateful 2017 meeting, unpack the courtroom drama, and reveal gut-punching stories that might just change how you see the monarchy forever. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next royal deep dive. And if this story blows your mind, smash that like button. Let's aim for 10,000 likes on this one. All right, let's jump in. Let's start at the beginning, folks. Who is this Paul Burrell guy, and why should we care what he says about Prince Harry? Paul Burrell wasn't just any servant in the royal household. He was Princess Diana's butler from 1987 until her tragic death in 1997. That's a full decade of being her confidant, her protector, her go-to guy for everything from packing her bags for glamorous trips to holding her hand through the heartbreak of her marriage to Prince Charles. Imagine this. You're a young man from a working-class background, suddenly thrust into the opulent world of Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace. Burrell started his royal career as a footman to Queen Elizabeth II in 1976, right out of hotel school. He polished silver, served tea to dignitaries, and learned the intricate dance of palace etiquette. But it was when he moved to Highgrove House, the home of Charles and Diana, that his life really changed. He became part of the inner circle, witnessing the fairy tale wedding turn into a nightmare of affairs, arguments, and emotional turmoil. Burrell adored Diana. In his own words from earlier books like A Royal Duty, he saw her as a beacon of kindness in a cold institution. She confided in him about her bulimia, her loneliness, her fears for her sons. He was there when she cried over Charles's infidelity with Camilla. And after her death, Burrell was accused of stealing her possessions, but he was cleared in a dramatic trial in 2002. The Queen herself intervened, remembering a conversation where Diana had entrusted him with safeguarding her things. That's the level of trust we're talking about. But life after the palace wasn't easy for Burrell. He moved to America, opened a florist shop, appeared on reality TV like, "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here," and wrote books to share his side. Critics called him a profiteer, a royal snitch. But Burrell always maintained he was honouring Diana's memory, not exploiting it. He came out as gay in 2017 after divorcing his wife Maria, with whom he has 2 sons. He's battled prostate cancer, faced personal demons, and rebuilt his life. This isn't a man chasing fame. This is someone who's lived through the fire. Now, fast forward to today, or rather 2025, when the Royal Insider drops like a grenade in the royal pond. Burrell's not the quiet butler anymore. He's a 67-year-old warrior, pen in hand, ready to defend his honour. And his target? Prince Harry, the once beloved spare, who's now, in Burrell's eyes, a betrayer of the worst kind. Why? It all stems from a single meeting that turned into a trap. Stick around, we're getting into that next. Okay, picture this. It's 2017. Prince Harry and Prince William are still somewhat united before the full Megxit drama explodes. They're at Kensington Palace, the place where they grew up with Diana. Harry, engaged to Meghan Markle, is starting to craft his narrative, the one that would become his bombshell memoir, Spare. William, ever the dutiful heir, is by his side. Out of the blue, Burrell gets a call. Not just any call, a royal summons. The princes want to meet him privately. No press, no aides, just the three of them. Burrell, loyal as ever, agrees. He's not on the payroll anymore. This is pure respect for Diana's boys. He drives to the palace, heart probably pounding with memories. What do they want? Intimate stories about their mother. The real Diana, the one behind the smiles. Burrell opens up. He shares painful truths about her marriage to Charles. The arguments, the coldness, the infidelity. He recounts moments of Diana's joy with her sons, her charitable heart, but also her struggles. One story stands out, the birth of Harry in 1984. According to Burrell, he was there in the hospital wing. Diana gives birth to this beautiful, red-haired boy. Charles arrives, looks at the newborn, and instead of gushing with fatherly pride, he makes a snide remark about the ginger hair. Not affectionate, suspicious, as if questioning the paternity. Then the kicker. Charles allegedly says, "Well, now I have my heir and my spare. I can return to Camilla." Boom. Brutal, right? If that's true, it explains so much about Harry's resentment, his feeling of being second best from day one. Burrell tells Harry this story face to face in 2017. Harry's reaction? Stone cold. No tears, no outburst, just a poker face, absorbing it all. Burrell leaves, thinking he's done a good deed, helping the princes connect with their mum's legacy. No payment, no strings, just loyalty. But oh, how wrong he was. Fast forward 6 years to 2023. Harry's in the middle of his high-profile lawsuit against Mirror Group newspapers for phone hacking. In his witness statement, he drags Burrell through the mud. Revives old, unproven accusations that Burrell sold Diana's possessions after her death. The same claims that were dismissed in court decades ago. Burrell stunned, hurt, furious. In The Royal Insider, he calls it what it was, a trap. That 2017 meeting wasn't about healing or memories, it was Harry mining for material. He used those emotional depths for spare, twisting them into his victim narrative. Then, when it suited him in court, he threw Burrell under the bus. Betrayal 101. Burrell writes, "I gave him my heart, my truths, and he used me as a pawn." Ouch. Why does this sting so much? Because Burrell saw Harry and William as family. He changed their diapers, played games with them, shielded them from the press after Diana's death. To be discarded like that? It's not just professional, it's personal, Burrell snaps. He says Harry's become someone I no longer recognise. A two-faced hypocrite who demands loyalty but gives none. And folks, this isn't pettiness. Burrell's been silent for years, watching Harry air dirty laundry on Oprah, Netflix, in books. But this crossed the line. If Harry's allowed to spill secrets, why can't the butler who lived them? It's a fair question. Let's dive deeper into the book. Some of these anecdotes will blow your mind. Let's talk about The Royal Insider. This isn't just a tell-all. It's a full-on portrait of life inside the royal machine, and it's not always pretty. Burrell paints a picture of a palace full of contradictions. Glamour on the outside, chaos on the inside, staff sneaking gin in teapots, using code words for late-night hookups, an unspoken rule. What happens in the palace stays in the palace. Unless you break that rule, then you're out. Permanently. One story hits like a freight train. Burrell claims Queen Elizabeth II was diagnosed with bone marrow cancer shortly after Prince Philip's death in 2021. No public announcement, no drama, just a private chat with her doctors. She asked one thing. Could she hold out for her platinum jubilee in 2022? That's how committed she was. She ditched alcohol, cleaned up her diet, and fought to serve her nation until the end. Meanwhile, her grandson Harry was in California, filming Netflix specials and launching PR salvos. Burrell draws a stark contrast. Old school royalty, stoic, discreet, versus Harry's modern chaos. But it's not just about Harry. Burrell gets raw about the royal family's flaws. He confirms Diana's claim that Charles once told her, "I never loved you. I only married you to have children cold, right?" Yet, Burrell doesn't use this to excuse Harry's actions. He argues Harry's biggest crime isn't exposing dysfunction, it's exploiting it, turning pain into profit while silencing others. There's a personal layer here that makes Burrell's words cut deeper. He shares how the Queen quietly supported him when he faced discrimination in the military for being gay. She even encouraged him to marry a woman to fit in, a complicated act of kindness for the time. To Burrell, the monarchy wasn't a cold machine. It was a messy family that showed him grace. So when Harry accuses him of betrayal, it's like a knife to the heart. All those years of loyalty erased. Burrell's biggest issue with Harry is his hypocrisy. Harry wants the perks of royalty, fame, wealth, a platform, without the responsibility. He demands freedom to speak his truth, but tries to silence others. In Spare, on Oprah, in Netflix docs, Harry dishes it out but can't take it. Burrell's like, hold up. If you get to tell your story, so do I, and he's got a point. You can't cry foul over being misrepresented when you've turned your life into a global soap opera. Burrell's not just throwing shade, he's grieving. He mourns the Harry he knew, the cheeky kid who hugged strangers on walkabouts, who thrived as the carefree spare while William carried the crown's weight. That Harry's gone, replaced by someone Burrell sees as bitter, self-righteous and isolated. He calls Harry the writer, director and star of his own drama, where no one else gets to challenge the script. That's why Burrell wrote The Royal Insider. Not for revenge, but to reclaim his voice and Diana's memory. Speaking of Diana, Burrell's book is packed with stories that humanize her, like the time she caught him sneaking a cigarette, and instead of scolding, she laughed and asked for one. Or how she'd hide chocolate bars in her room to share with him during late-night chats. These aren't just anecdotes. They show a woman who was warm, flawed, and fiercely protective of her boys. Burrell believes Harry's trying to monopolize her legacy, and he's not having it. He stood by Diana through her darkest days. He's not letting her story be rewritten. But it's not all heavy. The book has quirky moments that make you chuckle, like the Queen nibbling on a single Easter egg during global tours, savouring it in secret. Or Burrell being warned to lock his bedroom door because drunk palace staff might pop in uninvited. It's a world that's part fairy tale, part pressure cooker, a place where loyalty is everything, but betrayal lurks around every corner. Burrell's disappointment in Harry is raw because it's personal. He saw Harry's potential, a prince who could have bridged tradition and progress. Wealth, freedom, no pressure to be king. Harry had it all. Instead, Burrell says he became a wrecking ball, turning against those who once shielded him. The 2023 lawsuit was the final straw. Harry didn't just revive old accusations. He weaponized a moment of trust from 2017, twisting it into courtroom ammo. Burrell writes, he didn't just forget kindness. He rewrote the memory entirely. Yet there's no gloating in Burrell's tone. You can feel his sadness, like he's mourning the boy he once knew. He's not claiming to be a saint. He's open about his own struggles. from hiding his sexuality to battling cancer, but he refuses to be Harry's villain. The Royal Insider is his stand to protect Diana's legacy, the Queen's dignity, and the royal family's flawed humanity. So, what's the takeaway? This isn't just a royal feud, it's a story about loyalty, betrayal, and the cost of speaking out. Burrell's not after fame or money, he's fighting for his truth. If Harry gets to tell his story, so does the butler who lived it. What do you think? Is Burrell a loyal servant betrayed by a prince, or is he cashing in on royal drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get this discussion going. If you loved this deep dive, give us a like, share this video with your royal-obsessed friends, and subscribe for more. Next week, we're tackling another scandal. Hit that bell so you don't miss it. Until then, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.